What up, everybody watching now and on the repeat? Breaking news: Havoc in Maine. Christy, what info do you have right now, guys? We got some clips we're going to share and some other audio that's pretty interesting. Christy, what do you got?
The only thing that I know for sure is that I researched it from what I could, just from like different multiple news sources.
Okay.
That it just says that a man has opened fire at a bowling alley and a bar in Lewiston, Maine,
Wow.
killing at least 16. So that's where the discrepancy comes in between the different news sources. Some say 16, some say it's already in the 20s, with dozens also injured. They have not caught the guy yet. But the active shooter happened at Sheminji's Bar and Grill.
What the hell?
In Spare Time. Yeah, it's I guess like a sports bar type place.
Okay.
And Spare Time Recreation, a bowling alley about 4 miles away from it. But don't really know anything about the shooter. There is, just as far as I've seen so far, I've only seen one possible picture of the shooter, and it's hard for me to determine like his nationality and stuff like that. I can't say for sure anything about that because nothing's really being released.
And I got a better picture I'm gonna put up here on the screen, but you could tell, like, from looking at him, I was thinking he was a white guy, but then you told me that.
That's what I thought.
Go ahead.
That's what I thought by looking at him. He looked white, but we can get into the conspiracy theories in a few minutes. But just saying, the way that it looks to me is he looks white. People are saying other things, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I got the picture right here. We just posted the breaking news. Of course, all our people are saying, you know what it is. I don't want to say that here on the live, but everybody has their own opinion. I'm going to put up the other picture. Christy, and when did this happen? At what time?
8:00.
Okay, I'm putting up the other picture real quick, ladies and gentlemen, of the guy. Well, it's basically the same picture. I guess this other one's kind of more clearer, so let me get this one lined up here. But ladies and gentlemen, they're saying that again, breaking news. 20. How many are shot? They're saying.
That's where the discrepancy comes in. Some news sources are saying 16 have been confirmed. Others are saying in the 20s have been confirmed.
Oh crap!
They're all saying also multiple victims, dozens of multiple victims, is what the others say.
And they're saying this happened in what city?
Was it I think Lewiston, 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 Maine.
What's the population over there? Do you know?
I have no idea. Okay. Never even heard of the place.
All right, guys, I got a picture here. This is what I got. This is what I shared all over. Everybody just tuning in, y'all. There's an active shooter. He hasn't been arrested in Maine. Let me go ahead and publish this. This is the actual picture of him. I posted it on social media. Our people are filling us in on Instagram. I got a clip I'm going to play, 2 clips, but this is what he looks like, a clearer picture. I posted it. Again, y'all, I don't know if he's white. To be honest, he looks white. It's sad nowadays. You got to wonder or ask what race these people are, because I think, Christy, you can kind of get a glimpse of the narrative or which way the story's going to go, or just what's happening with what they are. Are they a psycho, I don't even know how to use words here, because every shooter has a different, they paint him in a different light. Go ahead.
I'm just going to make a comment, and I'm just going to leave it at this. I'm going to just make a general comment, but it says that they've asked people to shelter in place.
Oh wow!
And that a bunch of people at a liberal arts college have sheltered in place up on the top floor and are just checking things out through social media and reading books and stuff like that. And it shows 2 men engaged in a deep hug, sitting in between each other's legs.
Yeah.
It just shows that, lots of people have been sheltered in place for this.
Wow, it's crazy. I got the actual clip right here. Nessa sent it to us on IG. And let me get over here on this end over here, y'all. This is crazy. All right, here's the Fox News. Let's give it a listen.
The witnesses who were in and
this is
around
crazy. Look at this, y'all.
Watch this.
Thank God my son has technology where he has a smartphone, so he's got the scanner and he's following it all. So I've had all my friends on the phone with me to make sure they're safe, until I told them, lock your doors, lock your windows, because you don't know what this person's capable of.
The witnesses who were in and around
Christy,
those areas.
I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to mute that, but sis, this is a man wearing a wig. Have you seen this clip?
But we already know how this is going to go down. It was a white Caucasian male going after somebody else besides white Caucasians.
But
We already
Christian,
know
no,
how it's going
I'm saying this man is wearing a wig
down.
that's getting
I don't know.
interviewed.
I see Raggedy Ann. Yes, I see.
Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now is play another clip. We got this from one of our followers, y'all. It's kind of weird that this guy was talking about you know, a scanner, about his kid having a scanner, because this is, I don't know how accurate this is, y'all. This was sent to me, so let's check this out. This is pretty interesting, Chris. I don't know if you heard this, but let's check this out.
Dade County out of Walmart. Step away.
The male that did see this stated he believed it was a maroon sedan. Two males questioning whether they were Middle Eastern descent, and at least one had a gun.
One more time.
Dade County out of Walmart. Step away.
The male that did see this stated he believed it was a maroon sedan. Two males questioning whether they were Middle Eastern descent, and at least one had a gun.
The witnesses who were in and around those areas. Watch this.
Thank God my son has technology where he has a smartphone. So he's got the scanner and he's following it all. So I've had all my friends on the phone with me to make sure they're safe. Until I told them, lock your doors, lock your windows, because you don't know what this person's capable of.
The witnesses who were in.
Okay, so that's what I have here. I haven't really searched Twitter, y'all, but this is kind of odd here. And then they said two guys, Middle Eastern. Again, is this guy? Let's get back to this other clip now. This guy right here, this is what he looks like. Is this Middle Eastern? I kind of thought he looked white, to be honest. Chrissy, your thoughts on this kind of a strange unfolding of events here with this man wearing a wig?
Nino, I just, like, if there are victims, I truly am, like, so sorry. Like, I am, but I just don't trust anything that's being fed to us anymore. But before every election, there is all these mass casualties. And, I know that people have tried to say that, like, the Las Vegas shootings were false and things like that, and I know otherwise.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are operations in play with things, and that's my conspiracy theory. I think that there are victims that happen because of these played out events.
And that clip was sent to us from a Patriot, and they said they got it from Telegram, so I thought it was from Twitter. But interesting, y'all. That was a scanner, and basically the person saying that this happened with two Middle Eastern people. Obviously, there's one guy here. He's still on the loose, right, Christy?
Mm-hmm. They says that they're still at large.
Wow. And again, the town is what?
Lewiston, Maine.
Donna says, looks like a white guy to me. That's what I'd say. But then again, he kind of looks
But
like an Israeli, to be honest. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, look at the nose and the beard and all of that. It's very hard to tell.
Christy,
I mean, it just is.
And you said earlier, sis, there was something pretty, I guess, I'm not saying alarming, but sis, you said that this is the kind of worms that has opened up. Besides, of course, we're coming upon a certain season in the political realm. But why did you say that this has happened, sis? Elaborate on your train of thought earlier.
Are you talking about, like, what I told you about my friend and
no?
that?
But talk about that in a minute. But how you said that basically the can of worms is opening. Like, basically, this house looking, y'all, with the border and just it's bubbling over. Go ahead.
It just is. People are just sick and tired, and we've got America that only supports Ukraine and Israel. And so we have Palestine and Russia that hates us, that looks at us all the same way. And, unfortunately, they're stereotyping because we don't all feel the same. And, we're giving all of our money to them. We're doing whatever we can to support them with military equipment. We're doing all these things, and it's one-sided. Like, has anybody asked Americans what we really would like to do with any of this? No. So you've got a lot of people that are really upset.
We're hurting in America, y'all. This is crazy. I mean, true, false, whatever they want to say, y'all. Just can you imagine being at a bowling alley and they just let off in there? I could only imagine, right? But this is the America we live in right now. Again, I'm not even alluding to this could be whatever. I got to be careful with my words. But the point is, what do we trust nowadays? Who do we believe in this realm of deception and just, propaganda? This just put everywhere. I said it before. I feel like I'm in the book 1984 when the guy's walking through the city and there's billboards or videos of wars happening. He's like, man, I thought we were with New Asia was on our side, or I forgot how he was saying. He was basically just confused walking through the city and just saying that he didn't know how to think or how to feel due to just being confused. Like I said, it's like they just bombard us constantly with lies and deception to where you don't even know what's real and what's not. I mean, guys, there's a man right here wearing a wig. How can I take this serious? To be honest, this was a witness. How can I take this clip serious? Think about that. Go ahead.
No, and it's what you said, who do we trust? And I absolutely trust no one unless it is somebody I personally know that gives me information that, like what happened with the Las Vegas shooting, unless I personally know that somebody that I know has been there, or I have somebody that I really trust, like, I don't believe anything anymore, nothing. And I hate that. I hate that I've become so hard-hearted towards everything.
Amen. Hey, I had a missed call back, y'all. Area code 718. I don't know why it didn't. Let me turn my ringer on. Lines are open, 432-217-0709. And yes, Donna says, thank you for keeping us informed. We're trying, we're trying the best we can. We have families and responsibilities, but I seen this pop up, y'all, and I went ahead and said, let's go live. I just finished eating dinner, and here we are. Hold on real quick. I'm sure I got that phone. I don't know why it's my, I guess I should have had this ready right here, y'all. The lines are open, 432-217-0709. You can call in, and the lines are open. We want to get your take on what's happening now, and we have open live right now for anybody out there that has time to call in. I'll be able to answer it now. I'm looking at the lines right now as we speak. But yeah, Chrissy, it's wild times that we're living in, and, if anything, let this, I ain't trying to get biblical here, but let this get you closer to God. That the world is full of deception and lies, and what matters is our relationship with our Lord and Savior. Let me get this line.
Yep.
Call from.
Okay, I'm messing up over here. Hold on.
That's Tito.
You're on Nino Radio. Hello.
What's going on, brother? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, who's this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is David Winkler, man.
Hey, what's up, David Winkler? How are you, brother?
David Winkler.
David.
What's going on, man?
No, we're just live, man, talking about the shooting in Maine. In Maine, what's up, brother?
Yeah, that is crazy. Crazy.
What do you think about this? Have you heard about this city at all?
I feel, yeah, but it's a crazy just like event. I don't know what to think about it yet.
Why is that?
I need more information and to see what's going on.
David, I don't know if you've seen, bro, but I have a picture of the only or a witness here. It's a man wearing a wig. Are you watching this right here?
Yeah.
What do you think about this? This to me is just kind of odd. Maybe I'm being crazy.
It is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is pretty odd, and the whole timing, everything. I'm wondering, like, the motive behind all of it.
If you were,
I don't know what to think yet.
If you were a betting man and you would go off the deep end, what would you think this is? And please be careful that we are on YouTube. But what would you think is going on here?
Probably somebody that just snapped and went off on people. But it's very hard for me to, like. I'm worried about the after effects of this too. Not only in the sense of this, or I feel bad for the families, but once again, this is going to be another call to come after Second Amendment.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's another distraction for something as well. And I've just always kind of felt that way with mass shootings, where I'm just like, I don't believe that these are just random events.
Me either.
David,
that's always been me.
And you know more about the political field out there. What is Maine? What kind of territory is Maine? I know it's blue, right?
Yeah. And it tends to always happen in these blue areas.
I wonder why.
And these areas tend to have the biggest gun restrictions as well, and they still have the same issues.
Wow. I heard about this earlier, David, and I just said, man, this is wild. It's happening. I also said too that the timing. The timing is something else. I'm glad what you said, man. The blowback. Who knows what could happen due to this, or what the agenda they'll have, or how they're going to spin this again.
It's an AR-15, brother. You know what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're coming after.
You automatically know that they're gonna come after AR-15.
Did you see David? Did you see the picture of the suspect?
Yeah, he looks white, which I find weird because I'm searching around for all the white supremacy arguments, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of it.
Wow.
Yet.
David, if I told you that maybe he looked a little like an Israeli, would you agree with that? Because I kind of think, because someone was saying
they could make that argument. They could make that argument coming up, where that's also something I'm looking for, to see if they try to blame this on an Israeli, especially with the left, being so pro, Palestine.
Wow. I'm just hoping, like you said, the blowback doesn't,
Or it could absolutely, and this could absolutely be that's another thing. This could absolutely be the first inside attack from the opposite side. It could be absolutely a Hamas-inspired kind of individual.
Wow. Or if, it's framed that way, or it is, or who knows, right? That's a good point. Wow. What do you think the impact would be if it was something like that, along the lines that they come out to find out that that's the case? How would that affect the American populace?
I think this would heighten every form of law enforcement. This would up the what do you call that? Alert status. But I also believe that that's why I'm keeping my options open here, and what I believe. I think that right now, because the way we've opened up the southern border, that we've allowed, people to go out with free speech. I respect free speech, but when you're doing the more pro-Palestine, you're also inviting those who believe in Hamas. And so I don't know what to think about this yet. And if this guy is a pro-Hamas, man, this is going to be a really bad day for the Biden administration.
But you know how they'll try to rectify it. Because, David, we've said that, we stand with Christians worldwide, and that's kind of my, stance. But you know how America's going to try to rectify this. And there are lots of Christian Palestinians, and it's just sad the way this is all playing out. And all I think that it is in my heart is a money grab. And I think it's been that. And I don't think it has anything. I don't know. It's just disgusting. But that's what's going to happen. What's getting ready to happen, that they're going to say that it was this narrative. They're going to come up with something that it wasn't an illegal border crossing. And what I find
weird is when you guys were watching because I think, I don't know, I can't really say whether you guys were watching the speaker stuff, but there's general consensus on Israel, which, if this is a pro-Hamas kind of attack, I don't think that we're going to see a partisan divide here. I think we would actually see a universal condemnation here.
Interesting.
And I think that they would use this as a justification to start the military-industrial complex machine moving.
Meaning what?
Because if you guys haven't noticed, Biden has started training up 2,000 Marines, which, by the way, the use of Marines is different than the normal War Powers Act way of doing it. The president has the ability to deploy Marines up to 180 days without an active war or a declaration of war through Congress. And so I was like, I saw the train up of them, and then you see the battle carrier groups going over off the coast. You got special operations on ground right now trying to rescue Americans. You got all these different attacks on American bases over there. I just read something today about drone attacks over in the Middle East. I'm starting to see the wheels of the industrial complex moving to where it's like, give us an excuse to go back to a conflict.
Where would that conflict take place?
I'm thinking that they would justify a mutual ground war in Israel towards the Gaza Strip.
Damn.
I mean, we all see it, man. The government right now, you just saw the new speaker go ahead and say he wanted to coming from a Republican, by the way, and that he wanted to give aid to Israel, which tells me now both sides are in unison.
Hey, David, I'm glad you brought that up. We did a video on him. What are your thoughts on the new speaker? We showcased that he is a pro-Israel, that's his stance, and they were clapping for him. What is your thoughts on the new speaker? What's Mike Johnson?
The guy is pretty strong on like, he's got 100% rating when it comes to sticking within the confines of the Constitution. The problem is things like this. Even though he will move to make this aid within the Constitution, I don't agree with what he'll do. But the guy is very, very strong on conservative policies. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the weaponization, those weaponization committees, but he was one of the loudest voices in those committees. He was very strong on Second Amendment. He was one of the ones that attacked the Democrats for trying to get rid of the bump stocks and the shoulder braces.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's very, very strong because he's a constitutional lawyer. But I don't know. I think he's the weakness part is that he has a love for. Yeah, it's not that I don't have a love for Israel. It's just he will actually provide the aid and do that stuff versus what I would stand for, which is not.
But hold on real quick. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm glad you bring these points up, this is very interesting, y'all. This is David Winkler. Introduce who you are real quick to the crowd. This is not a regular, everyday. There's a picture right here, y'all. David Winkler, tell people who you are real quick before I ask you this question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm running for Congress in the 4th District of Pennsylvania in the 2024 race. So yeah, I mean that's all I got to really say about myself right now. I mean, I'm in the primary. Most likely, I'm going to end up being the nominee for the Republican side here.
Wow.
But yeah,
David, what I want to ask you now is, you are pro-Israel, so you're saying that this guy right here is a bit more of a maybe a live wire, or he's more prone to make moves for Israel. But let me ask you this though, David. I would think he checks off on our list, right? But wouldn't that kind of make him more? Maybe I'm being crazy, more dangerous. That maybe it would be someone that would have all the check marks, for our side, but then have that one flaw. You know what I mean? Like, or is that just regular politics, or is it good that he's?
I think that you get I think you get the good with the bad, right?
Yeah.
With him, he's been very, very reliable for the conservative movement. I've been watching this guy for the time, like since 2020. I've been watching this guy. He's very, very strong on the merits of doing what's right. The problem is, as I said, this is a very emotional time where we and I think you guys have noticed that typical Republicans you wouldn't think would be like, would be like America first, and they're starting to be like, send stuff to Israel. It's that emotional time right now where I'm like, Republicans, don't forget the message. It's America first.
David,
Israel's fully capable of taking care of themselves. They do not need. They're like the number 8 military in the world. They can handle Hamas.
David, why would you have this stance besides you already explaining it? But I know you're pro-Israel, and we can agree to disagree on that. But what are you trying to say here? You're saying basically that you do support Israel, but not in the way of sending them military aid. Is
Right.
that? Can you touch on that? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So I'll give you guys the feel of what I'm saying. So
Okay.
I'm pro-Israel in the sense of they need to destroy Hamas.
Okay.
Right. I'm not pro-Israel in the sense of this, blanket war. I just feel like they need to destroy Hamas because to me, Hamas is no different than Hezbollah, no different than Al Qaeda, no different than Taliban, no different than ISIS. They're the same problem, which I have no problem with any country trying to take out these radical Muslim or Islamic terrorist organizations. But I do not support the U.S. being involved in that. Let Israel have that fight.
Interesting, and I can respect your approach more than these people that want to just be warmongers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, man, I don't want to get involved in this. Of course, I'm just a podcaster, YouTuber, but I'm glad you're bringing some clarity to this conversation, David, and you're not just pushing, full force, just bomb the Gaza Strip here, and that's pretty interesting.
No.
Go ahead.
No, they need to abide, and still with that, they need to abide by the laws of war and all that. So they should not be committing war crimes. If They should be held to the same standard we are.
Interesting.
And so if they are committing war crimes, they need to be held accountable for it.
Well, I totally agree. David, so back to this shooter. You think this is obviously, I know you're a level-headed guy. You think this is just kind of odd timing? You're not saying it's a complete conspiracy at this point, but it's pretty odd, you would say?
Yeah, it's odd, and the reason why, as I said, is I tend to want to gather the facts before I make a conclusion. It's very early on in this unfortunate event, so I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But I will agree with you; it's pretty odd timing.
Noemi says that Americans are sick of wars. Do you agree with that, David? Because I see a bunch of MAGA hatters,
yes,
and
I'm sick of it.
Yeah, but
I'm sick of it.
But David,
and I fought majority of that 21 years. I'm sick of war.
Wow.
And I'm sick of the military-industrial complex behind it, like the Raytheons, the Lockheed Martins, the Boeings, and everything else.
Damn. How do we fix?
Y'all don't even think about things like he's talking about, Nino, about the big money that goes into
it's
all
big
of this.
money.
Like
it's big money.
Everything from like he's talking about, from the industries that create the weapons to the air fighters. I mean, to the jets, to everything. Like, it is such huge, big money. And that, I don't know.
This is bad.
It's crazy because Biden changed his stance, and I don't know if you guys caught it, but Biden changed his stance to so-called America First, where he wants the weapons made in America, and said, hey, it's going to benefit Americans.
Wow.
No, it's not. It's going to benefit the same, 1 to 10, percent of Americans that capitalize off of the American war machine. It's not going to affect everybody, going to the pump or the grocery store.
Wow. David, I only ask you if you're fed up with it because I'm going to be honest. I see a bunch, and maybe even the politicians, like you said, too, but a bunch of people on social media, they're like, they didn't want to give money to Ukraine, but they want to give financial aid and military aid to Israel. It's like the MAGA hatters, the conservatives, at one point were against endless wars, and now they just want to give everything to Israel to they want to fund this war, basically. That's why I asked you, are you tired of it? Because it seems to me a lot of Americans are getting drawn right back into this fear-mongering and warmongering. It's all over the internet, the propaganda, Ben Shapiro.
And I agree with you guys. I actually agree with a lot of the conservatives right now and their frustration with the Republican Party, and this is why I say 2024 is very, very important to elect people that truly are America first.
Wow.
I have no problem going to that floor of the House and saying, hey, look, it's okay to support Israel's fight with Hamas, but you let Israel fight it. We should have no parts of it. And why do we not have faith in Israel? They got like the number 2 Air Force, like in that region. They're the number 8 when it comes to military strength. They can handle Hamas. They don't need Americans to be in it. The only reason I see Americans want to get involved, they want to turn up that military-industrial complex. So you start getting all those contracts, start getting all that money again, the PACs start funding all the people again.
Damn.
We don't need that.
Wow. David
and
Winkler.
The last thing that the United States needs is another conflict. We got
Tell me
too
about
much going on here. Our military's hollowed out. We need to rearm, rest, refit, and get ready for a new future conflict, but not this one.
Damn. Good point. David Winkler, final words. I'm going to open up the lines. David, man, it's an honor having you on here. We need to get you back on the show.
David, tell everybody.
Go ahead, David.
David, tell everybody
ahead,
what
Christy.
state and tell everybody what state and what district and all of that, so that they know where you're running from.
Yes. So I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in the 4th District of Pennsylvania. That encompasses Montgomery County and Berks County. I sit outside the greater Philadelphia area. You guys can find me on IG, or you guys can even go to my website. So my website is www.winkler4pa4, the actual number 4.com.
Awesome. I'm going to say right here, David. I'm backing up David Winkler, ladies and gentlemen. We are, throwing our support for him. I like how he answers these questions, especially with these real sensitive topics about Israel. And I've just seen just nothing but good things from the Philly conservative, David Winkler. So, David, we got your back, bro. If you need anything, let us know, and we hope you win. And we got to get you in there, bro, because I like the way that you think. It's clear, it's concise, and you make some valid points. And I'm glad that we can agree to disagree on certain subjects, but at the same time, you're still America first. And I think that's what we need. We need people in these positions of power that are America first. It's simple. So, David, I appreciate you and I applaud you, bro. And we got your back. All right. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, take care, brother.
All right.
All right.
Callers call back. The phones were going crazy. That's it, Chrissy. We're throwing our full support behind David Winkler. I'm glad to hear him. That was really refreshing to hear him say what he said instead of being like the rest of the conservatives. They want to just go to war and fund the wars. We got one of the best right here jumping on the live. This is the one, the only. This is the one and only Jesse Lopez. Jesse, turn down your TV, please. Let's go. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, ready.
Turn down the TV, please, Jesse.
Or his phone or whatever it is.
Turn down the screen.
Oh, okay.
Feedback.
This is the one, the only, y'all, Jesse Lopez. How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Okay, Jesse, a lot of this happened. Give a quick intro to the people that don't know you. Who are you before you give us a good breakdown? Go ahead.
It's Jesse Lopez right here, 20-year Navy veteran, and America first.
Amen.
Trump forever, 2024.
Okay, what's going on here with this situation in Maine, Jesse? What are you looking at? What do you think is happening here? Is it kind of odd timing? Remember, we are on YouTube. Be careful with your words. Go ahead, Jesse Lopez.
Well, one of the things that the other gentleman was talking about is like he's right on point with many of the things that he was mentioning.
Okay.
But what we got going on right here is like there's no such thing as coincidence, brother. It's like isn't it funny that today it was discovered that 41 FBI agents have been working on the ground for Joe Biden investigation, and then they've been slow walking, and then this comes up all of a sudden.
Jesse, explain that first part to us. Give it to us. I didn't hear nothing about it.
Okay, Senator Grassley put out a report today that 41 FBI agents, according to a whistleblower from the FBI, came out and said that they've been investigating the Bidens, except they've been hiding the investigation. This has been going on since the election. Okay, so when it happened, they started to hide it even more, especially because they were planning on the one that's in office to go get into the office. So now what's happening, and what the other gentleman was talking about earlier about the military-industrial complex, is like politicians make a lot of money when we're at war.
Yeah.
Politicians made a killing during the Iraq War, during the Persian Gulf War. You had Cheney in charge of Burlington Corporation. They were in charge of other corporations that were sending contractors out to Iraq. They were sending, and that was supposed to go look for weapons of mass destruction that weren't even there. The weapons of mass destruction were never discovered. So, but a lot of people got rich from that. And mostly politicians. And just like the gentleman that was talking earlier, he said that the ones who run for Congress, it's not people that are pumping gas and buying groceries every day that got rich. It's the politicians that get rich every time there's a war. I tagged you on a post this earlier about all the ships that they've mobilized to go over to the Middle East.
Jesse,
Mediterranean Sea right now.
Jesse, give us the importance of that maneuver, because of course you're a 20-year veteran, Navy veteran. What's the importance of them doing this, and give us a rundown on that? Thank you.
Okay, the buildup that's going on right now is like when you want to put a message of deterrence, like let's say for Iran, and let them know, hey, we're not messing around. So stop attacking our military facilities in Syria and Iraq. And then the message that our commander in chief came over today was, you need to stop doing it. And it's like, he really didn't scare anybody with his message. But then at the same time, it's like, when you send, in order to send a message to scare somebody like Iran, they would send one aircraft carrier and the battle group. That's like 6 or 7 ships, plus a couple of nuclear subs that go with them all the time. And then you got special forces on board those ships. You got 2,000 troops that got mobilized earlier in the conflict, and then 2,000 more got mobilized. I think those are the ones that he's talking about. The fast reaction Marines got mobilized, 2,000 of them. And they're on board that amphib ship that's out there in the Mediterranean Sea right now.
What's the significance of that, of them doing that? What do you think?
The fast reaction Marines are not there to make lunches and fill out paperwork. There's only one thing they do. They're in the business of war. They got another aircraft carrier group out there. There's going to be like about 25 ships out in the Mediterranean Sea from the United States Navy. And they're not out there to demonstrate power. They're out there they're going to be out there for a purpose.
What's that purpose, Jesse?
And it's like the purpose is to somebody's getting ready to make a decision. Damn. I don't think is the one that's supposed to be making it. There's people behind the scenes that are going to make the decision for him. But we might end up in a war.
I was barely going to ask, Jesse, do you think we're going to end up going to war going into 2024? Can you believe it?
Yep.
And then one of the things that somebody was talking about it earlier from Latinos for Trump on Instagram was like, the guy comes out talking about, hey, are the 81 million people that voted for Joe Biden ready to go and sign up for the military to fight this war that's the making of Joe Biden and all of his administration policies?
Jesse,
Jesse, I got a question.
Wow.
Jesse, I got a question. Is it true that if we're in an active war, that that can postpone the election?
No, I was looking into that all day today. Now, because we were at war, but we had an election during World War II.
Okay.
And we had an election anyway. However, right now there's getting ready to be war on 3 separate fronts. 3 separate fronts. Now, with war on 3 separate fronts, that might throw a wrench into the gears of the 2024 election.
What are the 3 fronts, Jesse?
Well, you got China over there rattling the swords, frothing at the mouth, like they want to attack Taiwan. What is Biden going to do if China attacks Taiwan like they've been wanting to for the last 2 years? What is Biden going to do if Iran decides, if Hezbollah out of Syria decides to start bombing Israel from the north? And then you got Gaza in the south. So that would be 3 wars right there. Gaza, you got Hezbollah in the north in Syria, and then you got China over there messing with Taiwan. What's Biden going to do? He can't go to the beach.
Right? Hold on real quick. Guys, this kind of sounds, and I'm not trying to, fearmonger here, but this kind of sounds like something of biblical proportions. All these different, this just sounds crazy. This is like, this is wild to say the least, Jesse. I couldn't believe, they said that Trump was going to get us into wars. We're probably going to end up in 3 by the time this, old man is, we hit 2024. I can't even believe it. Or can we? Huh.
Exactly. And then isn't it strange that everything that they accuse the Republicans and conservatives of doing is something that the Democrats are already doing? Think about that. And then this shooter right here, they got more information now that's coming out on Twitter that they said they already identified it, more or less the suspect that they're looking for. His name is Robert Card.
Okay, who is that?
The phone number.
Okay,
Robert Card. He has a child pornography arrest from 2016.
So, Jesse, they're saying that's who the shooter may be?
This is the person that they're looking for. They got Lewiston Police released this photo of a suspect. His name is Robert Card. Call 513-3000 extension 3237 or directly call 911 in Maine.
Jesse.
Robert Card.
Jesse.
And he was convicted for child pornography. Now,
but Jesse,
if you're convicted for child pornography, that means that you can't own a weapon.
Well, I was fixing to say, Jesse, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't even think that a chomo would. I don't know. This is odd to me, and I got to be careful with my words on YouTube here. But Jesse, I don't know if you've seen it. I played it earlier, but they said that there was a new scanner of 2 Middle Eastern people being spotted, or it was off a Telegram. Did you hear anything about 2 Middle Eastern people maybe being the suspects at all?
No, nobody has said anything about anybody from the Middle East being a suspect. However, what other reason? Go ahead, Christy.
I was just going to say that I just looked at the updated news, and it does say police named Robert Card, age 40, as a person of interest in connection with the shootings at the Sheminji's Bar and Spare Time Recreation. 50 to 60 were wounded at several locations, including a local bowling alley, law enforcement said. That's all that it really says about him right now.
So how many are shot, Christy, total?
It says that at least 22 have been killed and 50 to 60 are wounded.
How many rounds?
50 to 60 injuries.
How many rounds?
If you look at that picture, that you got on your screen right there on YouTube, he's got an AR-15. That magazine that he's got on the rifle is 30 rounds.
Okay.
And it looks like he's got 2 magazines in the side pockets of his pants.
Oh, interesting.
Each magazine carries 30 rounds.
Yeah. I see that.
Each magazine carries 30 rounds.
And Jesse, how fast can you reload one?
Oh my God. Well, it depends on how much practice he has. You can drop an empty mag and reload the other one in about 2 seconds.
Damn.
And then you can dump 30 rounds in about 7 seconds, and that's just by pulling the trigger.
Holly S says child porn monster should have been in prison. Totally agree. Right?
Yeah. And then it's like that weapon he has, it's illegal for him to have it.
If it's him, correct? They're still saying they don't know if it is him.
If yeah, that's true. If it's him, if that's the person that they're looking for, and that's the person in the picture holding that AR-15, it looks like it. He's not supposed to have a weapon. Jesse,
Chicano Tube says, let's stock up gente. We totally agree. Chicano Tube is in the building. Jesse, you always say we gotta if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. Very important message for this day and age, y'all. Protect yourselves and your families.
That's very true. That's very true. And it's like if you're just stocking up right now, it's too late.
Damn.
You should have been stocking up for the last 3 years. You should have been stocking up.
Well, that's what Chicano Tube just said. Pops had a locker. Let's go.
Yep. You better have your cash ready.
That's it. It's like I don't know if you've seen it in some of the podcast that we have with you and I. It's like my bulletproof vest is behind me when I'm talking.
Why is that, Jesse?
Because I'm getting ready, bro.
Jesse, I got a question for you.
Like
Can I ask you a question real quick? Okay,
Absolutely.
So this was way before that we even had news of the shooting tonight. One of my good friends who has a brother deployed overseas was sent back to the United States, but was not allowed to say why, but just said that it was for American safety. You have any info on that at all?
No, I haven't heard anything about that, but it's like, considering as many things that are going on that are as fishy as they sound, it is hard to put information to that, because a lot of times people that are out there on deployment get rotated, and they don't really give you a reason when you get rotated unless they need you somewhere else. Especially right now where they're having shortages in the recruiting, so a lot of units are actually short-handed, especially Navy, Army, Air Force, Marines. Apparently, are the only ones that are close to meeting their recruiting goals. But all the other ones are the ones that are having issues with meeting their recruiting goals. So they're having to move people around before it's time to move them around.
Like you said, there's 81 million people that should be signing up.
Biden's people.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's right.
Jesse.
Exactly.
Jesse,
they voted for Joe Biden. This is his war.
Jesse, our moderator, Cali Confidential, is asking the question, how real is this? And I would even say it doesn't matter because they're going to spin it how they want. But how real is this? Do you think this is reality here, Jesse?
Which part? The shooter?
Right? Yeah, I guess. Who knows?
Or the two fleets that are out in the Mediterranean Sea. Because think about it. The government doesn't go to the expense of putting 26 ships, 2 aircraft carrier, 1 amphibious assault ship in the Mediterranean Sea just for show. It has never happened. It's never happened. We didn't have this many ships in the Iraq War or in the Persian Gulf War on location, as many as there are right now.
Jesse, I got a question. What do you think about this man wearing a red wig? Do you find that odd, Jesse? I know you're not a conspiratorial person. The Chicano Tube called him Little Red Riding Hood. What do you say about this witness here?
Yeah,
kind of odd.
I saw that and freaked me out when I saw that. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. Because he starts talking about his son has a scanner, and that's what they were listening to. And he was making sure that everybody knew that they needed to stay locked up and behind closed doors, safety. But it was like, damn, I know that's a wig, and that doesn't look like a woman. But I guess that's not the point of the matter right now, because you got a nut out there with an AR-15 and multiple magazines shooting people all over town.
Jesse, what do you think the narrative is that they will spin on this one? Just give us your opinion on that, of course.
Well, it depends. If he's the person, if he's the guy that I'm talking about, the card that had already been identified previously earlier about having been arrested and busted and convicted for child porn. He's got an illegal weapon. But still, like the other gentleman was talking about, the one who's running for Congress, they're still going to push an AR-15 ban for this. It's like another shooting. Are we going to have? And I can hear them already tomorrow. What the Democrats are going to be talking about. We have another mass shooting. And again, we're going to do thoughts and prayers. We need to take some action. We need to take the AR-15s off of the streets.
You got it.
No, they need to take all the crazy people off of the streets.
Jesse, I'm going to ask you a question. Hold on real quick. Jesse, your thoughts, and of course, we're free speech. We can agree to disagree. I know you know our stance on Israel. What are your thoughts on backing up Israel from a moral view and a political view, military view? What are your thoughts on Israel? Let it rip, Jesse Lopez.
Yeah, okay. Chicano plant says Chicano Tube just said could be a plant. I didn't want to go there, but yeah, it could be.
Who knows?
Because I was thinking about, because the first thing that I started to think about was, hey, whatever happened to the investigation from the Las Vegas shooting where they killed how many? 25 people? 30 people? They never did complete that investigation. They never did say how the guy got 50 AR-15s and other assault weapons up in the hotel room.
Oh, they showed how.
As far as Israel is
concerned,
plus we don't have anything. They didn't do anything to stop it. And then they got videos of him rolling up all the containers with all his rifles.
Yep.
But they never finished the investigation. Whatever happened to that?
Right.
It's like, is that the same thing that's going to happen here? Is this guy going to just disappear, just like the other one where we had that trans guy go into the school and shot up the school, and he had a manifesto, but the FBI never posted the manifesto? So about Israel.
Go ahead.
This is what I think about Israel. Like the congressman was saying, it's like, hey, obviously they're getting ready to go to war. They're at war right now. People are going to die on both sides. The American money needs to stay in America. American money needs to stay in America. Israel has plenty of experience in fighting wars. They've been fighting wars for 30 years. They have freaking nuclear weapons. They have all kind. They have their weaponry is advanced as weapons are in the United States. In fact, everything in the United States, they've shared the information with Israel. So they have all the information that they have. Their special operations people are the ones that did the raid on Entebbe, and they rescued hostages from the airport in, God dang, that was in the 80s. And they did an assault on the airplane that was at the airport, and they rescued all the hostages. So they know how to rescue hostages. People keep saying, and we keep hearing the word that Biden is telling them to withhold attack, don't attack Gaza, don't attack it yet. The colonel from Israel keeps coming out on TV and saying, we're going by plan. Our plan is going accordingly. We're destroying targets that we have already picked out. We are going step by step. Nothing that Joe Biden is saying is going to affect when and where we decide to make our move.
Yeah, he'd be the last person I listen to. He'd be the last person I listen to.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like we don't need advice. It's like we don't need advice from the United States or any other country. I said they know how to fight their war. They're ready. They're ready to go. It's like. And they said, but our money needs to stay here. It's just like Ukraine. It's like all of a sudden, hey, wait a minute. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but it looks like the war in Ukraine sort of like stopped all of a sudden, or the news, all the journalists left Ukraine.
Yeah,
and they all went to. It's like hocus pocus. The Ukraine war just stopped, and everything moved to Israel. But we're still sending Biden still wants to send wants to get 100 million and split it 50-50 for Ukraine and 50 for Israel.
Damn.
And in
Wow.
the meantime, all the rebound money that comes back to Congress and the senators comes back to them. And it's like the American people over here are thinking, oh, wow, you know, the protesting in the street for Hamas, swinging their Israeli flags and everything. It's like, you guys swinging the wrong flag. You need to be swinging the red, white, and blue one and start back in the United States and start back in what the hell the United States stands for.
Let's
and
go.
Keep our money right here.
Let's go. That's the truth right there.
Just like Chicano Tube says, enough of the distractions. We don't need no more distractions. We got enough. It's like
we need focus.
We're distracted. The commander-in-chief is laying out on the beach and the world is burning.
If that was Trump, and I ain't trying to say that, but man, they would have a field day with Trump if he was at the golf course or doing something other than being at the White House. This guy Biden is a straight joke.
Oh, my brother. If Trump was in there, there wouldn't be no war. There wouldn't be no Ukraine. China wouldn't be messing with Taiwan. The border would be closed. We wouldn't have 10 million illegal aliens already invaded our country.
It's bad.
So there'd be a whole complete different story going on right now. But it's just like a lot of revelations that come up about the prophecies that are coming up about when Trump is coming back into office. It's like all of these things that are, this dude was at Pizzagate. Yeah, it sure does look like it. It is like this guy is like talking about the things that are happening with Biden, where he's over there on the beach, and as a matter of fact, there was a journalist from Fox News that I've corresponded to for the last 4 years, Kevin Court, and he was saying, the president was just briefed on the current situation of the shooting. So I sent him a post on X. I said, wait a minute, brother, how did they send the president a message if he goes to sleep at 11 o'clock in the morning and doesn't get up till the next morning, and maybe he's probably going to the beach tomorrow, and you got people over here, almost 25 people getting killed in Maine, and you got almost World War III starting over there in the Mediterranean. half of our Navy is out there in the Mediterranean Sea, and he's over there putting some copper tone on his lily white skin.
Nino,
Go ahead.
tell me that this
No, we're in bad shape.
redheaded, Raggedy Andy guy does not look like just exactly like the guy that Tucker Carlson interviewed about Obama.
Man, he does look like that guy now. Damn. Uh-oh. Don't tell me, y'all. Are they running on that conspiracy now or what? Who knows? Hey, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. Jesse, thanks for calling in. Jesse, give us a final word. We need to get Jesse on the show ASAP. Jesse, final words. Go ahead, brother. The floor is yours.
Hey, brother, it's like what you've been saying all along, man. And it's like, and Chicano Tube had it right. You are a pioneer. You are like the Marines that went in there and hit the beach with all the information, getting attacked from all sides, getting all the haters coming at you all the time because of the message that we're delivering. Is that the message we're delivering, America first? It's like it's got to be red, white, and blue. It's like, hey, my name is Lopez. My ancestors are from Mexico. They probably Aztecs. They probably chopped off heads and sacrificed virgins on the damn pyramids in Oaxaca. And it's like, yeah, but it's like, hey, my skin is brown, but my heart is red, white, and blue, carnal. I did 20 years for the United States Navy, and I'm willing to die for it again. Let's go. USA, MAGA 2024.
Jesse Lopez, y'all. God bless you, brother. Woo! I love when Jesse gets on the show, y'all. Hey, that's where I get it from. I don't know if my brother Mikey's in here, but that's Jesse Lopez too. We bleeding that red, white, and blue, baby. Let's go, Christy. Don't we love when Jesse comes on here?
Absolutely. Gets me patriotic as heck.
Yeah, 432-217-0709. I can take another call if y'all want to call in, y'all, or if not, we'll wind down. We just went to this live real quick, y'all, because, of course, breaking news. How real is it? I don't know, but this is what they're saying. Christy, give us a quick rundown on the facts here on this story. Man, God bless Jesse Lopez. God bless Chicano Tube and everybody else watching on the live and on the repeat. Let's go. Go ahead, Christy.
Just the updated stuff that I just sent to you said that that so far that what they know of is 22 killed, 50 to 60 wounded. He shot up a bar and grill called Shemengi's and Spare Time Recreation, which is a bowling alley.
Man, so those possibly some kids.
Yeah. Hopefully not on a Wednesday night. Hopefully maybe that because of school tomorrow that they wouldn't have been out, I hope. But they have a person of interest named Robert Card, Card. He's 40, and they're looking for him right now.
And he is a convicted child molester, reprobate?
I haven't seen that anywhere. I mean, I'm sure that Jesse gave.
Oh, Jesse's on information. Yeah, Jesse's on the ball.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about that at all.
Yeah, God bless Jesse and Thelma out there in Corpus Christi, Texas. We salute them. Guys, with that, we're just going to tell you, please check us out on all social media platforms. We are on YouTube. We are here for our people, and we had to go live, y'all. What's that?
Nino, it says that he is a retired military officer.
What?
He has a history of arrest for domestic violence. Hold on, let me see.
Jesse, did you hear this?
He is twice divorced and a father of 3 children. He has a history of arrest for domestic violence and other crimes. One of his ex-wives obtained a restraining order against him. While he identified independent politically, says that he voted for Barack Obama in the past. Not all of us are going to be mass shooters, just letting you know. There have been signs of suspicious activity in recent weeks.
Chrissy voted for Obama. No.
What? Either in person, it says there have been no signs of suspicious activity in the recent weeks, and there's no record of mental illness. Yeah, he was retired military.
Christy, any accusations of him being a chomo?
I do not see that anywhere. But like I said, that doesn't mean anything. I don't see anything.
Christy, I'm going to be honest. Everybody watching now and on the repeat, hold on. I hate to say it. I don't want to say this. Well, I don't know really how to say it, but now I can kind of say it after you say that, right? But he looks like a military, he looks like he's a military man here, the way he's holding the rifle. That's when I couldn't really allude to it earlier, but now that you say that and I put one and two together, that looks like a military pose. I should have asked Jesse Lopez about that. But guys, look at this picture. Doesn't this man look like he would be, in some kind of a service or a officer or, a military man, for lack of better words? I don't know. But to me, this is how his stance looks like. A soldier. That's very interesting, Christy, to say the least. Wow.
Yeah, I'm just looking through here real quick to see if I saw anything. I don't see anything about the child porn or anything like that, but not saying that it's not out there. I haven't found it yet, and I just started looking. But yeah, he's retired military.
Wow. Cali Confidential says somebody better check on his ex-wife and kids. People do this after they're hurt their loved ones. Damn, that's a good point. Yeah. Icon Cozy says, where in Maine? What's the city again, Christy?
It's Lewiston, Lewiston. It's got a population of 36,000. Small town. Very small town.
Ross Brick says, yeah, stance too, the way he's looking. Then again, there's Rob says, nah, his form isn't that great. Maybe he's a little sloppy, Rob. Right? He's been out the service for a while. Look what Jesse says. Jesse says he's holding the AR like he knows how to hold it. Jesse, do you think this guy could be military, ex-military? That's what they're saying. Jesse, let's research that. Patriots, go ahead, Christy.
So a lot of. He got
me on Twitter. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Here's some more information. He was a firearms instructor, and he has been treated in a mental health facility as person of interest. And this is from KSTP TV in Minneapolis.
Okay. Here's a tag. Jesse's tagged me on Twitter. Thanks, Jesse. Man, we one day we can have us a little news team over here. Jesse got me right here. 44-year-old male, sergeant, U.S. military for 20 years. Arrest record for child porn. Registered as a sex offender. Why do you have a weapon of war? Wow.
It says that he had been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks in the summer of 2023. It didn't say why. It said that he had been reported as to hearing voices and had threatened to carry out a shooting at the military training base.
What the hell?
In Saco, Maine. Wow.
This is getting very interesting. One of Weinstein's friends. Hey, you never know. Wow, and I'm gonna be honest. Jennifer has a great point, and they can't always be false, you know what? But it's not extraordinary though. The mental health crisis that the military chooses to ignore, there's no surprise. There's so much that happens on military bases and within our military that civilians have no idea about. Jennifer, thank you for that thought-provoking comment. And I believe there's truth to that, right, guys? Who knows what they deal with? PTSD, being away from their family. I would say they're kind of like people that are in prison. They're away from their family. They're somewhere they kind of wouldn't want to be. I'm not trying to degrade them by comparing them to someone in prison, but I'm just saying they are secluded, away from family. And wow, who knows what they could be dealing with? That's a very interesting point.
The thing, if you're in the military for 20 years, things you've probably had to do and see. I have PTSD from my health, and I know what it does to me with just the nightmares and stuff like that. So I can't imagine like what they have to go through.
Yeah, I had a missed call and I missed it. Who was that? Call back, please, if you want to call back. Man, I pressed the button and it just did not answer. Wow, this is very interesting. This is like Chrissy.
All kinds of stuff coming up.
This is pretty wild. 44 years old, sergeant. That's not a regular rank. U.S. military for 20 plus years. And they threw a whole kit and caboodle ass on this one. Arrest record for child porn. Wow. And then look who's commenting over here, y'all. The guy that's been in the limelight a lot, 50 Cent. So how he get the weapon of war if your gun control works so damn well, huh? Says 50 Cent. Oh, that's not 50 Cent. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm an idiot. It says SOCOM. My bad. I thought it said 50 Cent. I'm an idiot. But anyways, there it is, y'all. This is very interesting to say the least.
Oh, here it is. Maine mass shooting. So now one of the news reports says that he shot at a Walmart also. I don't know if that's true or not.
Damn.
It says that he has been previously arrested for child pornography and is a registered sex offender. Police have issued a BOLO, and he's said to be driving a 2013 Subaru Outback and he gave the license plate number. He voted for Obama and Bush. He has shown no signs of mental illness, and Yeah, I don't know. I don't know because some are saying that he was in there. Others are saying there is no mental illness. So who really knows right now?
Freaking Rob, Rob, man, I love my people from Instagram. There is something else, man.
I'm telling you.
I love my people. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, someone else is calling. Who is this? I got to get this call, y'all. Who this is? Let's see who this is. You're on Nino Radio. Go ahead.
Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Yeah. So you live right now?
Yeah, what's up?
Nino.
Yeah.
Check it, man. I was just going to comment a bit about this here picture jump off. Now, check it out, man. They trying to claim that's an Arab. They're trying to claim that's a Middle Eastern guy on this here story.
I don't know if they are. Clearly, they're saying that it's not. But go ahead.
Now, to me, honestly, I'm not gonna go by what they say about him, like as far as him having child porn and all that other stuff, because this could be made up. I think they're just doing that to make him look ugly, right? But honestly, this is from my point of view. If I'm looking at the picture and I was upset, right, I'll come up with that. He looks like a Jewish person.
Bro, I said that earlier, right, Christy? He looks like an Israeli. So yeah. What's your? Go ahead.
Jewish brother, like okay, and in the midst of war, which is actually honestly happening, people are dying over this thing, and it was crazy how they did it. There's no way to justify it. I would, as a person, as a human being that didn't have to be here like any other human being, right? And is supposed to love human beings and identify with human beings because we're all the same, yet we're different, but we're all the same. Like none of us have to be here. So we have to learn to love each other, right? So what took place in Israel was cold. It was callous. It was disgusting. It was no way to justify it. I don't care that these are people just living their lives who, just like everybody else, they didn't have to be here. It was peaceful. They got children. They got families. There's no justifying what was done. So what has to be done of retaliation has to be done, right? Do you agree?
Is this Don't Panic from Instagram?
Huh? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Moses. No. Let him talk. So what's your?
I'm just expressing my view.
Yeah, go ahead. Express your views.
I've seen the whole. I witnessed what took place. Okay, so there's people. Unfortunately, I'm gonna call them. There's victims in our mentality, in the mental people who's out here trying to justify that as if it was necessary or justified, and it wasn't. In no way, shape, form, or fashion, emotionally, spiritually, physically, was that justified to do that to any form of people at any given time for any reason.
Okay.
That was disgusting. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? So
no, I don't think anybody on this page tried to justify anything.
What's that?
Who got shot? Who got shot? Because this could be a hoax. It could be a hoax. Yeah. If a real person's going to do something like this, they're gonna cover up. They're gonna have a mask on, something.
That's a good point.
Right? So if you don't do this, the feds know who you are. Obviously, because the feds got all the technology in the world to discover who is this guy.
And the feds ain't taking him in.
Right? Where is him? Because you could find him. Feds could find him. You know what I mean? They got the technology. They got the what? What?
That's the thing where you can scan your face.
Where can this guy go? Listen. Okay, it'll be a hoax to get us gas to that. Everybody, now look, I don't want to get hit. I'm gonna only go by what I know.
Yeah,
like I do research too. I'm not ignorant. I was born in that era where I was taught real education, not indoctrination.
Okay,
right. So we gonna deal with facts, right? Recently, and this is fact, Fox News was donating money to Satan Club or something like that, like Open Out Satanism on Fox, connected to Fox.
It's on their website.
And they took down off the website once it got exposed. So they, their trust is out the window with Fox as well as CNN, Communist News Network, as far as I'm concerned, right? That's my opinion. 80 shots, 22 confirmed dead. Where? Who shot who where? Like, who got shot? Was it Palestinians? Was it people that supported what was done? Because this gentleman looks like a Jewish person, and to my point of view. And retaliation to probably what took place out there.
So you're So what do you think about them saying that he was a 44-year-old white man that was served in the military and had a child porn charge on him, or a sexual charge?
Child porn thing, I think, was made up just to make him look ugly. I think he responded to what took place in his home. Like, if I was a relative to somebody that died and got raped, my child got beheaded, and you over here celebrating or supporting that.
Interesting.
And I got my access to AR-15. I'm gonna eat you.
Good thought. Good thought.
Wow.
Right? I'm just saying, as this is war. This is to the death. They kill people, children too. It's disgusting what they did. I mean, this is from my point of view. God bless everyone. I'm not got nothing against no one. Me personally, just don't step on me and my family's toes, and we're fine. I love everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping everyone learns to do that, like before it's too late, before life is over. You know? It's disgusting. It's sad. It's sick.
Interesting. Yeah, I totally agree, man. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate your point of view, and I'm on the same lines as you.
Man,
who knows?
You, bro. Yo, stand strong. Yo, I respect you, bro. I've been following you for a minute, bro. Word of Mother Nino, bro. You got love for my family, my girl. Got love for you, bro. You see you stand strong, representing, bro. If I was there, I'd be with you, straight.
Man,
I know where your heart at.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Are you Italian Queen's husband?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a sister. Hey, that's a sister right there.
Together. Yeah, we love her. Yep.
Well, awesome, man. It's good to talk to you, brother.
I love all people. I love you, brother. I love you. I stand with you I'm with you, bro.
Man, all right, man.
My heart is with you.
God bless you, bro.
And you keep doing what you're doing, bro.
All right, thank you.
All right, love is love, Papa.
Hey, that's the homie out there. Hey, Chris, I knew you were kind of leery, sis, but I knew that he sounded familiar. Hey.
Yeah, and I just couldn't put that voice together, and that's the reason.
That's a good dude right there.
Yeah, I recognized him as Italian Queen's husband, and was like, wow. Oh, I got it figured
Christy,
out now. Yeah.
Hold on. You had that. You had that going off in your head trying to find out who it was, huh? But you thought it was somebody. Well, it was somebody from IG. But interesting.
Yeah.
He's saying basically. I don't know if you kind of caught the gist of it. Is this guy looks like an Israeli? I said that in the beginning. I'm not trying to be racist or whatever, but I said this kind of guy looks like an Israeli. He's basically saying, what if it's somebody that is doing this because of what's happening in Israel, but then the news is painting a different picture. I'm not saying that's true. We're not saying it's true. I'm just saying, what if, right? Hey, we're open for free speech and even the conspiratorial aspects of everything. At this point, who knows? Go ahead, sis.
No, I'm just saying, like, people are tired, Nino. Americans are tired. You have Palestinians that are Christians that are being targeted. We've got, I'm sure there's Israelis that have Christians in it, and it's just like we don't know what to believe, and it's just hard.
It's bad.
If somebody has strong beliefs about their religion or their whatever, like we do, and like he said, they're seeing their people, their babies, their family get whatever, people are tired. That's all I can say is mental warfare.
Yeah, and I like this. Jennifer says, I can see his point, though. Our country has been infiltrated, and what better way to make everyone think that the white and evangelical prior military man is the enemy, right? Interesting perspective, question, everything, trust nothing these days. Man, great perspective, Jennifer. I totally agree. That's how I am. Guys, at this point, we don't know who's telling us the truth and who's lying to us. Let's be honest about that, right? Let's go.
Like I told you at the beginning of the live, before a lot of people were in here, if I don't know somebody personally that has been there and seen it, then I don't trust or believe anything. True. That's the reason I know that the Las Vegas shootings were real. I know it for 100% fact. I don't know the reasons. I don't know the whys. I don't know the hows, but I know that there were multiple victims.
Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, there's our impromptu live. We just wanted to go and give y'all the info about this, guys. It's crazy what happened. I mean, come on, y'all. They put a man with the wig here. Are they playing with us? Why would they do this? I'm just wondering. Maybe I'm just tripping, y'all, but you know what it reminds me of? Let's be honest. This reminds me of the theory of basically they know what they're doing and they're putting it right in our face and they're messing with us. If you think about it, This right here is probably like a blatant example of what they're doing, and some people are going to just eat it up, and some people are going to say, damn, something is odd here with this man with the red wig. And somebody said earlier it might be something symbolic here. I don't know. I'm not trying to be too crazy with this, but something is not right when this is the witness here. Unless this is the population of Maine, this is how they are in a small town, in a blue city, blue state.
They said it was a very, very liberal area.
Is this liberal mental disorder? I mean, I don't know.
I don't either.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for watching us. God bless y'all. We have a lot of stuff. We're dropping videos daily. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're everywhere, and we do care. And with that, Chrissy, thanks for joining me, sis. God bless everybody watching now and on the repeat. Use your own mind. Protect your family, like Jesse Lopez says. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. We agree. You're an American.
Read Cali. I just want you to hear this real quick. Cali Confidential just kind of nailed it. He said it's a damn movie and they're making fun of us.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm pretty sure there's other explanations, but that's kind of the more route that I'm going with all of this. That's really my train of thought, y'all. Like, I believe it's some sort of even witchcraft that they have to put the spell like right in front of us in order to trick us the right way. They can't just trick us. They got to do it like right in front of our faces. I don't know. That's just my theory. You ain't got to like it. God bless everybody watching now and on the repeat. Thanks for Cali Confidential, all our moderators. Chrissy, thank you, sis. You're an American. You're a patriot. You got grit. Act like it. We're out.